This is the one question an atheist cannot answer. Let's play it.
Hmm. I don't know. That's believe that atheists and agnostics, once they like choose that path or their point of view, do you believe that they can't be as moral as Christians?
Oh no, atheists, agnostics can be just as moral as anybody else. The question isn't, do you need God to be moral? Do you have to believe in God to be moral? No, there's atheists that are very moral. The question is, can you justify morality without God? And that's the problem, right? It's not, can you act morally? Of course, atheists can act morally. The question is, can you justify what is moral without God? And I say, no, it's just your opinion if there's no God.
For me, I was raised in a family with, I would say, not to sound conceited, but with very high morals.
Okay.
I respect
good.
point of views. I'm very open-minded.
Good.
How would God influence me to be more moral, even if, like, I think of myself and people tell me that I'm a decent and moral person?
Well, let's back up for a second and ask the question, what is the purpose of life? Is the purpose of life to be moral?
I don't know. That's no, I wouldn't. Well, that's. I guess I would say no, but.
What is the purpose then?
To make the world a better place.
That would be then being moral. Why?
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, in a sense it would be. So that our children and grandchildren can leave.
Who cares? We're ultimately going to burn out one day, so what's the ultimate purpose?
So that we can live longer and humans can stay on the earth longer.
So what? Ultimately, it's all going to, we're going to spin out, we're going to heat death.
Okay.
So is there any ultimate purpose? There may be short-term purposes, but no ultimate purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so.
Yeah. In the very long term.
Right. In the very long term, there's no purpose. So why even care about the short term then?
Because I care about my children and grandchildren.
Right, but so did Stalin. And that Stalin lived a great life for himself and his children and grandchildren by killing everybody around him and taking their stuff.
Yeah, he's a bad person, so yeah.
But what do you mean by bad?
He's killing other people.
Why is that wrong?
Because it's I mean, it's not good to kill other people.
Why not?
Because that's what most people would say.
Yeah, but who said? Hitler said it was good to kill other people. Stalin said it was good to kill it. Why is that wrong? Why are they wrong?
Because they killed millions of people. And
I know, but why is killing millions of people wrong if there's no God?
Because I would just say because it's ruining the human race and it's
right, but it presupposes that there's some value to human beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That presupposes that.
God does not exist. Objective moral values do not exist. And here's why. Without some objective reference point, we have no way of saying that something is really up or down. God's nature provides an objective reference point for moral values. It's the standard against which all actions and decisions are measured. But if there's no God, there's no objective reference point. All we're left with is one person's viewpoint, which is no more valid than anyone else's viewpoint. This kind of morality is subjective, not objective. It's like a preference for strawberry ice cream. The preference is in the subject, not the object. So it doesn't apply to other people. In the same way, subjective morality applies only to the subject. It's not valid or binding for anyone else. So, in a world without God, there can be no evil and no good, nothing but blind, pitiless indifference. God has expressed his moral nature to us as commands. These provide the basis for moral duties. For example, God's essential attribute of love is expressed in his command to love your neighbor as yourself. This command provides a foundation upon which we can affirm the objective goodness of generosity, self-sacrifice, and equality. For the atheist, humans are just accidents of nature, highly evolved animals. But animals have no moral obligations to one another. When a cat kills a mouse, it hasn't done anything morally wrong. The cat's just being a cat. If God doesn't exist, we should view human behavior in the same way. No action should be considered morally right or wrong. But the problem is, good and bad, right and wrong, do exist. Just as our sense experience convinces us that the physical world is objectively real, our moral experience convinces us that moral values are objectively real.